Hello, I'm sorry guys, but this is going to be a bit of a ranty video. I'm talking about Games Workshop's decision to continue to sell one-day exclusive models. I know a lot of people have complained for reason X or reason Y, but I'm going to go into a bit more all into the overall reason why I believe GW does it, and why I personally think that reason doesn't particularly make much sense. So first things first, I'm sure you all know of what I'm referring to. If you are not, I'll briefly go over it. In November of last year, Games Workshop released a one-day exclusive model, Sly Marbo, that famous Catacan hero. Needless to say, he flew off the shelves. Now, on February 24th of 2018, Games Workshop will once again be selling an exclusive model. This time Eisenhorn from the Black Library's Eisenhorn books, that famous Inquisitor. It is expected to once again fly off the shelves. Now, the reason GW is doing this is fairly obvious. They want to be able to move stock. Having stuff fly off the shelves makes sense. A lot of models from lesser factions, or models that are, just one-off models that aren't particularly important, sit on the shelves of stores and warehouses for years. In fact, I'm fairly certain that all of the Metal Sisters of Battle are all just unsold ones that were made in the late 90s, and that's still how they're selling them to this day, and that's why they're not making plastic ones, because they're still selling leftovers from way back when. By making the models exclusive, it pretty much ensures that they don't end up with huge backstocks of the models. Now, this is somewhat of a fallacy, for one pretty big reason. Not everyone who wants them will be able to get them, be it due to being too far from a GW store, or being in an area which there aren't any GW stores, or being unable to get to a GW store, or just not having the money at the time. Now, Games Workshop has attempted to solve this problem by making Eisenhorn available off of the web store, which will help a bit, but it still won't help a lot. And now, let's say someone really wants Eisenhorn, and let's say someone else went and bought 2 or 3, or maybe they're a little bit cheeky and bought like 3 in store and 3 online. Now, they might be reselling those for $100, $200 a piece. We don't really know yet, but I've seen Sly Marble models go for some ridiculous prices. Now, I'm sure if someone really wanted Eisenhorn, they won't be afraid to spend $100 on them. And that makes it look like in theory the Eisenhorn models are worth more money. The problem becomes, that's money that GW doesn't see. GW just gets the original price, and then it's whoever was cheeky and bought a bunch that makes this extra money. And what's even a bigger problem is, I know personally I have a budget set aside for how much I can spend on Warhammer per month and thus per year. Spending $200 on a single model means I'm pretty much not going to be buying any other models for 3 or 4 months. And while spending $30, $35 on that same model means I still have another $170 that I've saved that I'll probably go and spend on other GW models, which GW will get the proceeds from. And while I'll admit I'm not exactly someone you would hire in order to do this type of analysis, and obviously GW have decided that it's a better idea, I still don't think it's the best idea. I think that just making the model and maybe, first day have a bit of a sale on it, sell it for $25 on the exclusive day, and then sell it for $30 or $35 the rest of the time. It'll still get them flying off the shelves a bit first day, or maybe also, because this is a big event, this is the Black Library's 20th anniversary event, have something else. Buy an Eisenhorn model and get a Damon House model for 50% off, or, something like that. That really just makes it so that people will still come in and still buy these models on the day of, but still have them available after that. But finally, the biggest reason that personally I think that it's a bad idea is because a lot of people, especially with 8th edition, have been talking about the new Games Workshop. And it does look like there is a new Games Workshop, but so far, most of it has been token gestures. And there has been a fair amount of stuff that's been a little bit shady, and admittedly, it usually only each thing only affects one or two factions, and only that faction ends up knowing about it and getting angry about that. But it's just something that's not great, and exclusivity, especially in this day and age, is kind of, if it's something that's mass produced in general, I don't think it's that good of an idea. For an in-depth list of all of the other things that GW has done wrong since the launch of 8th edition and before, you can go onto Reddit or 4chan, where the anger flows like brimstone onto a biblical city. Final thoughts? Unfortunately, I'm still going to try to buy an Eisenhorn model. And most people will, even if they have a problem with this. And as long as we keep doing that, they're going to keep selling one-day exclusive items. And so we kind of fall into this catch-22, which I'm not sure what the solution is. Maybe do a write-in campaign, maybe sign some petitions. I'm not sure if that'll change what GW's doing, but, I mean, they have the molds. They could just print more slime marbles and more Eisenhorns. That might be what they're planning on doing anyways. Maybe 6 months down the line, look! Eisenhorn wasn't exclusive! Which, I imagine a lot of the people who went on eBay and bought $100 Eisenhorn models are going to be very upset about that. Well, regardless, I'm allegedly nerdy. Signing off.